Welcome back. As we continue our journey through AI best practices, let's explore two powerful techniques to refine your interactions even further. And in this video, I'm going to discuss the benefits of chain of thought prompting and the importance of breaking down your complex tasks into smaller, simpler ones. These methods will help you to achieve more precise and insightful results from your AI. So, the next best practice that I want to highlight is one of my personal favorites. It's called chain of thought prompting. And really, the beauty and the magic of this is that one, it helps expose the reasoning the AI gives for the response that it's going to provide by telling it to think step by step, or some of these other prompting techniques, which we'll learn here in a second. You're requesting the AI to detail its thought process, and it really reveals the reasoning behind its conclusions, and it really enhances the transparency. One of my favorite things to do is to ask it to tell me your assumptions that you're making before your response. That way, if I need to give it additional context, additional documents, I can do that. It also helps with complex problem solving. So, this technique is invaluable for complex queries because the way AI works is it's just predicting the next token based off of everything that is written prior in the chat history. So, if you tell the AI to write out what you're going to do before you do it, it now has written the instructions for itself, very similar to we saw in exercise one, where it says, these are the instructions I'm going to follow, and then it's more likely to follow those instructions, letting it be able to really solve more complex problem solving. And two, this is a huge learning opportunity. My favorite thing is to just observe the AI's reasoning and see its thought process. And it's amazing how many times that it sparks creativity in my own thought process. I didn't think of that. Or, oh, I should also include this additional context. When you're working through things you may not know as well, it can also help you learn that process or that skill that you've been wanting to learn. So let's see this in action. Here's the prompt. Explain step by step how you would analyze consumer behavior trends from social media data, including the selection of data sources, methods for identifying patterns and how these patterns can predict future markets. Detail your reasoning at each step. So we did see this, and it actually did it without us prompting it in one of the previous exercises. But here we're telling it to detail its reasoning. Like I said, I always love this. Hey, AI, you're telling me something. What's your assumptions? How are you coming up with this information? It can really give you an insight into, um, I don't want to use the word thinking because these are not thinking machines, but it can give you insights into its predictive process. So here it's giving me a step-by-step guide on how you would analyze consumer behavior trends, and at each step it has provided its reasoning. So let's look at a different example. This one I'm saying, describe in detail how you would optimize a content strategy for a niche market, including how to analyze audience engagement, select topics that resonate, and tailor the content format for maximum impact. Explain your thought process for each decision you make. So this is a little different because essentially what it's telling it to do is, okay, here's the first one, then here are some actions to take. And then it clearly puts its thought process. So for this one, objective, understand who your audience is, what they care about, and how they consume content. Your actions from that are collect data, surveys and interviews, social listening, and then the thought process. By deeply understanding your audience ensures that the content you create is relevant and engaging. This step should inform not only the topics you choose, but also the tone and format of the content. Tailoring the content to audience preferences increases engagement and loyalty. So, this just also emphasizes one of the previous best practices, which was writing for a persona. So this is how you can learn different processes around audience analysis, what suggested actions, and the thought process behind why this is important. So if you're learning a new skill, learning a new trade, or just want to understand how the AI is giving you the results that it's giving you, just tell it to think step by step or to explain in detail your thought process. You'd be surprised at what you might see. And this leads me to best practice number 8, which is split your complex tasks into simpler ones. AI does not do well with very complex tasks. This is why I firmly believe that AI will not take our jobs, because jobs are an accumulation of a bunch of tasks. It's up to you as the human to determine the right tools that's going to make you be more productive in those tasks. But at the end of the day, it does not do complex jobs very well. It does tasks. And by tasks, I mean the individual tasks of, say, writing a blog. By breaking down these tasks, it enables the AI to focus on just specific parts of the job and allows you to build off one another. By having more simplified tasks, it allows for more focused, detailed responses, enhancing your overall quality. And also, this approach assures that you have more effective and accurate and efficient handling of task segmenting. And it can also help you to break down your own tasks of what you need to do that day or particular project into manageable bites. So let's see that in action. So here I'm going to say first, list all the potential digital channels suitable for a new product launch aimed at millennials. Next, for each listed channel, suggest specific types of content that would resonate with this demographic. Finally, provide a brief strategy on how to integrate these channels for cohesive brand messaging. So this prompt breaks down the intricate task of creating a multi-channel marketing campaign into 3 simpler steps. It identifies the channels, what the different content types to the different demographic, and it also strategizes on integration. And this makes the complex request much more navigable and manageable for the AI. And this will just ensure that each component is addressed thoroughly. And by dealing with one aspect of the campaign at a time, the AI can focus on delivering more detailed and nuanced responses for each segment. This enables me to dig more into the digital channels for Instagram, or maybe the content types for each channel, or the different integration strategy. Each of these can develop their own thread where you could use AI help you to develop each of these further. But this just helps you break down this very complex task and help you stay focused. So let's look at another example. So this example says start by identifying key competitors in the eco-friendly personal care market. Follow this by analyzing their strengths and weaknesses. Conclude by suggesting opportunities for differentiation that our eco-friendly personal care brand can capitalize on. So this prompt simplifies the complex task of conducting market research and analysis into manageable different sections. So here we have customer identification, so several brands that stand out in the friendly personal care market. Uh, we also then can analyze its strengths and weaknesses, and then some of the opportunities for differentiation. So it knew at each of those steps which to focus on. So while I gave it this 3-stepped prompt, it helped us do the competitor identification, some SWOT analysis, and some opportunity for differentiation. And I could be more specific of how I wanted this to be presented to me by using one of the other best practices, which is specifying the format. By asking the AI to split these tasks into more manageable bites that could then be used in other AI threads is really a huge benefit and one of the ways that I use AI daily. So in this video, we covered advanced techniques like chain of thought prompting and how to break down complex tasks into similar ones. These strategies will help you to achieve more precise and insightful results from your AI tools and ultimately be able to complete more complex and larger jobs just in much smaller chunks. So stay tuned for our next video where we'll explore the importance of understanding the AI model limitations and the value of experimentation and exploration in refining how you interact with your AI.